Hey Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your love reading for October 16th through the 31st. Let's jump right in and start by pulling some oracle cards for you. See what overall energy is surrounding this reading. So the first card that we have out is the Dance of the Planets. Let's grab another oracle card for you. See what other energies we have surrounding this reading. Second card that we have is Illumination. And let's grab one last one from the Moonology Oracle. All right. And we have two that came out. First card, North Node, step out of your comfort zone. And then we have New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. All right, so we'll see how those tie into your overall reading. Let's get into some tarot and start first by looking at your current energy. Okay, we have the Two of Cups for where you are. Let's see about your person. What's going on with Cancer's person, whether they're physically in your space or not. We have the Star. For what's currently hidden, wow, we have the Ten of Wands and we also have the Aeon. For advice from Spirit, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. And for your potential outcome, we have the Queen of Swords. All right, so let's get another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit further. Wow, a lot of cards wanted to flip over. Let's try this again. Starting with Cancer's current energy. What's happening with my Cancer collective? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh, wow. No, not all of those. For Cancer's person, what's happening with them right now? What's in their energetic space? We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. For what's currently hidden, we have the High Priestess. For advice from Spirit, we have the Hierophant. And for your potential outcome, we have the Lovers. Okay, so let's get some Lenormands. And then we'll get into the reading. So your current energy, we have the Anchor, we have the Letter. For your person's energy. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So let's grab these then. We have the Clover, we have the Tree, and we have the Journal. What's currently hidden from you? The Dog. Advice from Spirit. The Ship. And for the potential outcome, we have the Bear and we have the Key. All right, Cancer, let's get into this. So, looking at the overall energy surrounding this reading for you, we have the Dance of the Planets, we have Illumination, step out of your comfort zone, and bring love into the situation. So what it feels like, and I just got this picture in my head of these two planets just sort of circling around each other. Like neither one of them strays from their path. They're always in each other's space, but they are just not connecting. They keep just going past each other. And so it feels like that's what's sort of happening right now, is that you and this other person, and I do think that you know them, are just kind of dancing around each other. Now, it may have been that you all were dating and had some sort of disagreement where you're not seeing eye to eye, but the disagreement wasn't something that was so fatal that it's like the end of the relationship forever. It just seems as though pride on one or both sides is just not allowing you all to come back together and sort of hash this out. And so I feel like there's a need in this situation to really sort of sit back and be thoughtful and think, okay, is it really this deep? Is it really truly this serious? And chances are you'll think, no, it's not. And maybe you'll be able to sort of find a path forward as you start thinking things through. And it might be uncomfortable. Again, this might be for you or the other person to sort of swallow your pride a little bit and make that first initial outreach to the other person and say, look, let's at least talk this through. Like, I think that this is ridiculous at this point. So I'm kind of laughing because it doesn't seem like anything that's like super, super, super deep, but it's just it's like just two stubborn people like sort of tiptoeing around each other right now. So looking at your current energy, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, we have the Anchor, and we have the Letter. So I feel like this is you really caring about this other person, but not making not nary a move, not in, not out, not nothing. You are not rushing towards anybody. You are staying right where you are. It feels like you're stuck. But I think that you're hoping that you would be open, you would welcome some sort of communication. And it almost feels like there's a little bit of an internal battle, like, should you reach out? And it's like, no, they need to reach out to me. Like, I feel like you're expecting some form of communication from this other person. Now, on their end, they have the Star, they have the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Clover, the Tree, and the Journal. So this is someone who is also keeping their feelings to themselves right now. But again, with the Star card, they're hopeful, right? They're kind of wishing, putting hope against hope that you reach out to them. So this is someone who is hoping for a lucky break in whatever this is that they have with you. They're looking for some sort of stability. They're not communicating that with you. They're keeping this to themselves. Whatever thoughts that they have, they're inside thoughts. They're not showing you anything right now, just like you're not really showing them anything either. It seems like both of you are just sort of locked in place, and nobody is relenting. It's like a straight up cartel standoff. Like everybody's locked and loaded, but nobody's pulling the trigger. So looking at what's currently hidden, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Aeon, we have the High Priestess, and we also have the Dog. So both of you, I think, are kind of stressed out about this. You're both holding on to these burdens, this stress. Like, y'all are both carrying weight in this situation. What you don't see, though, is that there is a change coming. There's an ending coming to this, right? But it's going to require you all to sort of put your pride to the side. It's going to require sort of trusting your intuition. And it almost feels, I think right now, Cancer, that your intuition is saying you might need to take the first step on this. Like, it's okay. Like, because if not, I feel like both of you, your pride is just, somebody's going to have to break the ice on this one. And I kind of sort of feel like it's going to have to be you. I think like this person can outpride you. And that's not a good thing. I almost feel like that's going to have to be an integral part of whatever discussion you all have, should you choose to break the ice. But I feel like this person, if you do, is going to sort of break the facade, and they're going to turn into like this sweet little puppy. Like, I'm sorry, I peed on the floor. It feels like that type of energy. So looking at the advice from Spirit, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Ship. And so what it feels like is that Spirit is saying that if you want this solid and stable foundation, you're going to have to sort of move past whatever it is that's happened, at least enough to have the conversation. Because it really feels as though that's the biggest barrier right now, is that both of you have this stress on your backs. Both of you are dancing around each other. Nobody's making a move. And so if this is something that you want to pursue with this person, you're going to have to be the one to take that step, to start you all's journey off. But what I see in your outcome, which is not a bad thing at all, I see that there's going to be a very, very candid conversation that happens here. And so this pridefulness that this person was holding on to, this pridefulness that you were holding on to, that's going to be something that you all talk about when you Cancer, break this ice. I think that you are going to be absolutely clear about it. Like this standoff can't happen again. We need to find a better way to communicate, to sort of get out of our feelings enough to have these conversations. But shutting off on both sides is not going to work for us anymore. And so it feels like that's going to be a very important part of the conversation. But what I also do see, once we step outside of this stubborn energy and have this candid conversation, we have the Lovers and we have the Key. So this relationship, it looks promising. It does. It looks like there's a lot of feelings on both sides. It looks like there is a really good potential for partnership. It looks as though, this person is willing to open up once you do. So it feels like, unfortunately, Cancer, and I know, I get it. It's like, why I gotta do it. But I think that you opening up will help this person open up. And you don't have to, go in like guns blazing, like cuckoo cuckoo. Approach it sweetly. Approach it kindly. So that the defenses are let down a little bit and you all can have this conversation and get back to where you all were before this little hiccup. Because that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like something huge. It feels like something kind of small. So let me pull one last oracle card for you and see, and see what final messages Spirit has. So that was a lot of cards. We're not going to take all of those. Let's try this again. Just one or two cards for final messages from my Cancer collective. All right, we'll take that. So the card that we have that came out for you is Divine Sensuality. Making love or erotica. Now we're going to keep this like rated PG-13 up in here. However, it almost feels as though to break the silence that you all have been experiencing, maybe, we have over here, bring love into the situation. So maybe this is you playing a little bit coy. Maybe this is you like sort of putting on the charm, right? To open up the lines of communication. Again, this is not you coming in guns blazing or like blasting someone up and down the street. This is you coming in very lovingly, very calmly, very sweetly. So I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, I know it's a little bit challenging, to be the one to sort of end this standoff. But when you do it, put a little pimping on it. Grease the skids a little bit. Make it a little bit easier to slide in so that this person feels comfortable, sliding in. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Cancer. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.